Alright guys, here we go with another day trading recap video. So as you can see here, closing the day up $6 realized, but after commissions, $49.90 in commissions, leaves me red on the day. So $43 in the red, about $43.90. But overall today was actually a good day of trading. It's not like yesterday's trading where I was just making dumb decisions. Like I just let my emotions take over my trading, and one mistake led to another, one broken rule led to another broken rule. Today wasn't like that. My big loss on today just happened to be a false breakout, but the setup worked. It was a fantastic setup, but it couldn't follow through. There wasn't enough momentum on the stock, I guess. So 5 trades in total today. First trade out of the gates was on Ford, not to be mistaken with Ford Motors, but Forward Industries Inc. So much smaller company. But I took an entry here right out of the gates at 930.51. So 500 shares in at 292. Okay, just looking for the break of the whole dollar entry. Got in at 292. This stock actually popped up to a high of 309. I was selling at 302 on the way back down. So tried to sell up at 307, as you can see right here. Didn't get filled, so I quickly flipped from the ask to the bid. Sold at 302. Excuse me, 10-cent gain. So not bad, right? Then I traded for it again, and this was where my loss came. Okay, so got back into Ford about 3 minutes after that, and I got in at 3. So this would have been this candle right here. You can see the false breakout, right? In hindsight, you can see the false breakout, but at the time, it was a fantastic setup. And so we have the sell-off right here. You can see the volume attempting to come back in with this green candle closing. And then this candle right here. And you can see that the candle actually went to a high of $3. And so it just hit a wall of resistance somewhere right there. And there was actually a lot of volume going in at the time. So just couldn't break through it though, so got in at $3, ended up bailing out at 284 on the way back down. So lost all my gains immediately from that first trade. And at that point I'm thinking, okay, I can't do the same thing I did yesterday, right? Like if there's anything I learned about yesterday, it's that I can't let my emotions get involved with my trading, right? I can't let my emotions affect the logic of my trading. And so next trade was on CHFS. Got in at 423 CHFS. So this trade happened a little bit after the Ford trade, so at 9:40, about 10 minutes into the day. Zoom in here. So it would have been this candle right here. Once again, in hindsight, you can see that it's clearly a false breakout, but at the time it looked pretty decent. So getting in at 423, 500 shares. 423 would have been the break of, let's see. I think I was looking for a high up day break, perhaps. And so I got in a little bit early just to anticipate that move, but it didn't end up working out. So sold at 420, got a graceful fill because the stock ended up reversing really fast and coming down very fast, but bailed out, got filled at 420, only a 3-cent loss. Okay, not too bad, right? So by that point I'm down like a little bit over 55 on the day or somewhere close to that. Then I took a trade on RCG, popped up on the momentum scanner, and I looked at the chart, looked at the daily chart. Okay, looks good, right? And so RGC pops up around 941-ish, and it kind of stood there for a second. I had it up on my level 2, and I'm watching it, and it starts moving. Volume starts pouring in. And so I get into it, 500 shares at 194 to anticipate the break of the whole dollar. And so it was this candle right here. I get in to 194, selling. You can see right again, I tried to sell at 209, So on the ask at 209, stock went to a high of 210. Didn't get filled, so it flipped very quickly, sold at 201. And that just shows you how fast these stocks move. I'm trying to sell at 209 at 942.08. So in a matter of a second, the stock drops that much. And so these things move fast, and if you watch my live trading recap videos, you'll see that the stocks move really fast. And so you have to be very fast with your hotkeys on the keyboard to get in and out of these positions, because that could have easily been a loss. But I managed to walk away with a few cents of profit. So my last trade was on Ford one more time. And so Ford actually went into a circuit breaker halt. I'm going to pull back here. Let's see. So that happened at 9:53. I'm going to scroll over right here. So there's the circuit breaker halt you can see. I tried to get in a little bit earlier. Missed my entry. There was a 1 minute pullback right here, and I was going to get in for the high of that pullback, which would have been at 319. I missed my entry and didn't even click the buy button. I just looked away for a second and missed it. I think I was trying to get the chart up or something stupid. And so I ended up missing it. It squeezes into a halt right here. I get in before the halt. And this was the one mistake I made today that I'm definitely not happy with. So I'm in the halt, and prior to the halt, you just see massive buys on the bid, right? Like a huge bid stack. Hundreds of thousands of shares of people trying to get into this stock. And that's a good indication that the stock's going to open up much higher. And as many of you know, when a stock does halt going up, typically, most of the time, it opens up much higher anyways. And so this stock opens up after the halt, right? So I'm in with an average of 338, okay? And the stock opens up at 340. Pops up here. It's kind of just sitting here for a second. It opens up at 350 actually. Comes down a little bit and is sitting around 343. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, the last thing I want to do is be holding on to this stock when it goes back down, right? So, because just as easily as it went up, it could have gone down in the opposite direction. And so in order to manage my risk, I'm thinking, I'm just going to get out of my position right now. That'll be 4-cent gain, that's fine. And so I got out. But you can see right here, the stock ended up popping up to 375 and then making a move all the way up here to a high of 445, almost 450. And so in hindsight, of course, I could have held on to it. I'm going to study that trade a little bit more to see if I can see what I may have done wrong, what I can change for the future. So I'm just going to learn from it. I still walked away from that trade green, and that trade actually pushed me back into the green on my realized. So I was down close to $100 after commissions, but managed to bring that loss down to only $43. So overall, I'm happy. I'm happy with today. There are still things that I can definitely learn from today's trading, but it wasn't like a bad day where I just made poor decisions, right? You can see I tried to get back in Ford right here. By this point, though, SureTrader restricted the stock 1-to-1. You can't trade with margin, right? And with $1,100 of equity at $4, I can't take a position size large. I can take 250 shares, right? That's not going to do anything. So I was done for it with that at that point. It actually made a really good move. If I were to be filled right here at 375, I would have been up easily over $100 today. But that's fine. That's the way it goes sometimes. That's the way the market is. And so with low equity, being in SureTrader, there's definitely a lot of disadvantages, but you can't let it affect your trading, and you can't use it as an excuse to your trading. So that's it for today, guys. That's it for me. Today's Friday. I'm gonna enjoy this weekend, definitely get a lot of studying in, and I'll be back Monday. We don't have any holidays on Monday, so trading back on Monday and back with another day trading recap video. So hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Take care. Bye.